What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duel back here with another Diablo 4 video, and today I wanted to go over some of the builds that I've been kind of seeing circulating online from the main Diablo 4 builders and content creators. And these are some of the builds that I believe are going to just completely dominate the game. We'll add in some new builds that are specific to Season 6 that I've seen for the PTR. We'll add some existing builds for Season 5, and then at the end we'll probably tack on the ones that are like that were the meta for last season, but still looking like they'll be pretty good. If not, like if they were different, but they're just as strong or will be stronger now with the different tweaks and balances that are made to the game. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So this is a build that I'm personally gonna be using when the season launches. And this one is the Spin to Win Rogue. And again, I'm not a theory crafter or a builder. I just am, I'm clinically online when it comes to some of this Diablo content. So Woody Joe is one of the main ones, and he is responsible for this build. Now, this build was tested in Season 6 PTR. This one is the Spin to Win Rogue, and again, I'm going to be personally using this build whenever I start out the season. This just looks like so much fun to me. Who doesn't love Spin to Win? And so, obviously, with Barb, it's fun. With this one, it's definitely going to be fun. If you didn't know, this is a build that uses the new skill that they showed off at the campfire chat, the Season 6 campfire chat. The rogue is basically just spinning, and you can almost infinitely spin and just dominate the game. So I think that this build will definitely be like one of the top builds, if not the top meta builds in the entire game when Season 6 hits. So definitely going to be running this one. Pay attention to rogue, because I think even we don't know what, Undercity and the Citadel, and that's going to be a common theme with the rest of these builds. We just don't know what that content looks like, but most likely it will be able to dominate all of the content in the game, and you'll be able to wreck and fill out the battle pass, hit level 60, and get all your Paragon and get all your runes and things of that nature. So moving on to the next build, and this one is also one that was cooked up for Season 6, and this one is sorry, I'm queuing up the video here. This one is by Rob2628. If you don't know who Rob is, he's basically the go-to barbarian guy. I watch his videos a lot, and he's kind of very enthusiastic about Diablo, which is good and bad, but I digress. This is the again, I apologize for the video quality. It's just how they downloaded when I ripped them from YouTube. So this one, obviously, as I mentioned, Earthquake Dust Devil Barb, Rob2628. He's crafted this build, and as you can see, you're kind of just like this barbarian that's like jumping up and down, and every time you jump up and down, there's like whirlwinds that not whirlwinds, dust devils that fill the screen, and it just destroys everything. Look at that, it looks crazy. So this one's definitely on my list. Like my current plan is to do the Spin to Win Rogue, which I previously just mentioned. Definitely gonna run the Spiritborn. As of now, we don't have any builds, and I'll talk about that later. Before the video ends. And then this one is definitely on my radar for the third character. If I make 3 characters, I'll be making a Barb with this build, because this just looks crazy. It looks like so much fun. Jumping up and down and just spamming Dust Devils just looks like an insane ton amount of fun. So I really like seeing builds like this that, they're still broken, but they're changing the mechanics of the gameplay, and it's not just the same build every single season, because I get bored of that very quickly. I don't know about you, but I definitely do not like that. I like the variety. So moving on, we've got the Blood Wave Bone Spirit Necro. Now this one is being demoed by also demoed by Rob. Here, let me pull it up here. Give me just a second. I have to find the video. Let's see here. That's Soul Rift. Talk about that guy in just a second. Here we go. So Rob is showcasing this one, but this one is the Bloodwave Bone Spirit Necro. I believe, and I'll talk about this in a second, but basically, if you can tell just by looking at the screen, you just spam waves of blood, and you're just destroying everything on the screen. And again, I love builds that do this. If you don't like builds that do this, and that's personally fine with you, I think that, and I believe this one was also tested in Season 6, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due. So Rob2628 is demoing this build, but this build was actually written by Blue Rosity, I believe it is, if that's how you say that. And so, yeah, I ran Necro twice in a row, so I don't think I'll be running this build, but it does look like a lot of fun, and it does look like it'll be able to clear, as you can see here, he's running tier 100. So, and I think he's running a Nightmare Dungeon. It's hard to see with the low quality. Again, apologies for that. But yeah, he goes over the build. So if you want to go check out that build and see what that's about, go over to Rob's channel. And again, I'll be leaving links to all these videos in the description. So definitely you want to go check those out for more details on how the build actually works and how they craft it in a build link, etc. So yeah, definitely that one's going to be on the radar. Make you up the next one real quick. The next one's going to be a sorcerer build. So if you like sorcerer, this is going to be a good one for you. And I believe this one is the firebolt sorcerer. And this is also being demoed by Rob. And Rob is such a good guy. He gives credit where credit is due. Rob did not make this build. This build was made by Voidseer XD. That's his username. Or he might just go by Voidseer. But anyway, I digress. Just, you know, give him the full name here. So this is a Firebolt Circ, and this one is, I think I've seen this build before, but it's still a very strong and powerful build, as you can see. It's running tier 163. This is crazy. Like, he's almost, you're already halfway through getting to, like, I believe this is in Season 6, if he's in the pit. Or no, 163? No, he's not in the pit. I'm sorry. He's not in Season 6. But I digress. I still think that even with the new changes, the leveling, and this, you know, the power scaling changes, this build will, you know, just demolish the game, and it works just by you placing down a firewall, and then you shoot fire bolts through it. Now, I've never personally played this build, but it does look really cool, and obviously it's very, very strong. I don't see how this build would not work in the Season 6 launch, but I put it down here on the list because I think this one is Season 5. So yeah, so this build, and then the last build we're going to talk about, another Necro build, is also just, I believe, has not been tested for Season 6. So we're going to move on real quick here. Let me pull it up. And this one is going to be the Soul Rift Necro. I got to find the video here. Give me just 1 second. Yeah, here we go. Here it is. All right, so yeah, this is the let me see if I can skip through some gameplay here. He's this is by Macro Bio Boy, and if you don't know who Macro Bio Boy, he is the go-to necromancer guy. Yeah, here you go. Here's some gameplay here. So this is the Soul Rift Necro. I don't really know how this build works exactly, but apparently it does 100% overpower damage and is constantly overpowering all the time. And the way that Macro talks about it, you know, it just completely breaks the game. Again, I don't believe, looking at this, oh yeah, he's doing this in Season 6, it looks like, because I see Torment Tears on the screen here. So yeah, this one has been tested in Season 6, I stand corrected. But yeah, this one, definitely put it on your radar if you like Necro and you want to run. It looks like we got a couple Necro options here, which is really, really good and really exciting. But I put this one last on the list because I don't know, it just didn't look as fun to me, didn't stand out right away. I could be completely off base on that. This one could just dominate the game and destroy everything, every piece of content in the game, and yeah, I could be none the wiser. And that's one of the fun of these builds, right? You just never know. So the last build that the last two builds rather, I guess I should say, that I want to talk about is this one is my personal favorite, and man, I really. I might run this build again. I really don't know. I just loved it so much when I was running the new content for Season 5, which was the Infernal Hordes. This one is the Spear Lightning Sorcerer by Rax, but actually he, Rax Antarax, if you don't know who he is, he's just a really good Diablo 4 content creator. I mean, he's the GOAT. Who doesn't know who Rax is, right? But anyway, he didn't build this build. He doesn't make builds anymore, but he demos it. I'm trying to think. I think this one was made by Makuna. I am probably... No. North War. It's North War. It's by North War. So this guide, again, links will be in the description. This one is on maxroll.gg. This build I personally ran for Season 5, and it was great. I was able to clear everything, fill out the battle pass, do all that. And I think he ran this build in Season 6 in the PTR. I'm pretty sure he did. And it didn't look that much different. It looked pretty strong. So I don't see why this build will not be viable again for Season 6. So if you really wanted to try, if you didn't get a chance to try out Spear Lightning in Season 6, I think you'll be able to try this build, clear all content, and be even stronger actually with the rune words and all the changes to Paragon and the legendary Paragon nodes that are coming to the game. So last but not least, and this one should be coming at no surprise, this one isn't one that I've seen. Actually, no. Yeah, I haven't seen anybody talk about it, but I'm not gonna just completely dismiss it because I believe that they've made some massive changes to Barb. I actually do not have a video for this one, so we'll just talk about it. And it's just we'll just throw up the rogue, the rogue video just because it might as well be the rogue video. But the last build that I wanted to talk about is the spin to win barbarian. So I'm just putting up spin to win rogue here because I don't have a video for spin to win barb. But I believe that spin to win will be back on the menu for season 6. Like, I think I saw Rob put out a video for it. I don't know why I don't have a video pulled down for this, but I digress. You all have seen spin to win rogue if you know anything about Diablo, or I'm sorry, barb. You know anything about Diablo, spin to win barb, just gonna demolish the game. Absolutely put that one on your radar if you like spin to win. In general, if you like barbarian in general, I think it's gonna be back on the menu. This last season, I don't think it was, unless you just had like best in slot gear for season 5. And I think that it's just a theory. I think that this will be back on the menu for season 6, just granted with all the changes to the Paragon. And I think they will rebalance barb a little bit to make it a little bit more viable. Again, if Earthquake Dust Devil Barb wasn't a an indicator for you, then I don't know what it is. But again, these are just theories. I believe like Spear Lightning and Spin to Win Barb. If you want to run those builds again, if you didn't run those for season 5 and you want to run them again, here they are. I think they'll be very viable and be able to clear all content in the game. Yeah, so that's about covered. That's it. That's my list. So to recap, I just wanted to go over the builds one more time with you. So number 1 coming in at Rogue, the spin to win Rogue, Woody Joe. Definitely go check that out. I think that is going to be the meta, if not one of the metas for season 6. And then we got number 2 coming in, or number 2, Earthquake Dust Devil Barb by Rob2628. Definitely go check that out. Number 3, Blood Wave Bone Spirit Necro, and this one is by Blue Rosity, demoed by Rob. So go to Rob's channel to go check that out, get the details on that. And then we got the Firebolt Cirque by Voidseer, also demoed by Rob. Go check out Rob's channel. I would imagine Blue Rosity and Voidseer have their own channels, so if they do, highly recommend going and check them out, giving them some love. They're probably much smaller content creators. So yeah, definitely go and do that. And then the last one is Soul Rift Necro by Macro Bio Boy, and I'm pretty sure he was testing that in season 6 PTR. I think I saw Tormenteers on there, so that's that one's gonna be good. I think Blood Wave Bone Spirit just looks way more fun to me, and so if I were to run Necro, that would be the one that I would want to run with. And then of course, as we just previously mentioned, we got Spear Lightning and Spin to Win Barbarian. So final thoughts that I wanted to mention was the Spiritborn class. So as of now, we don't really have any builds on Spiritborn, and that is because the fact that even all the content creators that went to Seattle and got to demo the Spiritborn, they only got to go to level 30. They didn't get to max it out to level 60 with the new changes and the leveling and the Paragon and all that, and they haven't gotten to explore all the skills, at least as far as I know. And so we actually do not know anything about the Spiritborn meta builds, if there's going to be any. My personal theory is that it's going to be a toss-up between the Poison Centipede or the Gorilla. So, which will be, from what I understand, it's very tanky. The Gorilla is, and then the Centipede I think will just be very powerful because Poison is just completely broken in this game. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's gonna wrap it up for me. Hopefully, I made this nice, short, and sweet for you guys. These are the builds that I'd be looking out for, and again, there's more theory crafting going on, so this list very well could change. But I figured, we've had some time to let the PTR kind of soak a little bit, and these are the main builds that I've seen float around on my YouTube and Twitter feeds. So these are the ones that are on my list anyway. So you can consider it a personal list, but I think that all of these builds are very viable. Will still be very, very strong in Season 6. Now, keep in mind, disclaimer, that Blizzard does like to make last-minute changes to everything in their game without... I like to say silent patching is basically where they make patches, but they don't put it in the patch notes, or they forget, or whatever, an error. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, so I think that's definitely going to cover it. Up again, one last time, just want to repeat this. I'm going to put all the links to these builds in the description below. So definitely go check those out. And let me know if you have any questions. If you made it this far in the video, feel free to like and subscribe. I appreciate it a whole lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Hey guys, it's Tool here. If you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I should have more content here over here on the right. So if you want to check out more of that, feel free to do so. Now I'm just going to sit here and awkwardly hold my finger up. So how's the weather? hotter than usual, but you know, global warming, whatnot. Yeah, well, that's cool. All right, well, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.